Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be scrapbooking using this sketch right here. It is a one photo sketch with some mixed media and lots of stars. I am going to be using lots of stars as well. So I have the All-Star stencil from Scrapping Reflections. As you guys know, this is my favorite stencil ever. I just love it. I'm going to also be using Vicky Bouton's Storyteller and the Moonbeams paper. Now it's this gorgeous blue on this side, but even as gorgeous as this paper is, it just doesn't speak to me. But I love this stripy bit on this side. I also have some chipboard stars from Freckled Fawn, and then of course I'm going to be scrapbooking a Disney trash can photo. Now this is back in the day when I first started taking Disney trash can photos. And I just took a picture of the emblem. I didn't take the entire trash can, which is a travesty. But I have this. I will cut off this white piece, and then we're going to scrapbook with that sketch. So let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, so I'm getting ready to do this voiceover, and my husband just asked me what I'd scrapbooked, and I told him I scrapbooked a Disney trash can. He said, "You're going to have to change that up." And I said, "No, I'm not. I scrapbook what I want." And he said, "Don't make me unsubscribe." So, Christopher, if you unsubscribe, I will see it, and I will cut holes in your socks. So, there we go. All right, guys, so I did flip through this little paper pad, and I decided to go with a color that would coordinate and also one that would give it that little pop. So I'm not going to really use any of the reddish color, even though it is in my background here. So it's not like a completely unintroduced color. Now I am going to use the All-Star stencil. I just pop it down here with a little bit of purple tape, and that's just going to hold it in place. I do grab my Close to My Heart ink. I believe it's in Sapphire. And then I'm going to use my blending brush. Now I'm not going to add multiple colors of blue here. What I am going to do is have some lighter areas and some darker areas. So my goal here was to kind of have a coordinating blue to the stars from that chipboard embellishment pack over there in the upper left-hand corner. So the teal on that kind of red, white, and teal paper is in the star chipboard stars as well. So I'm just trying to pull those colors out because those are the main things that I'm going to be embellishing with. I'm just going to go ahead and do a dark area around the photo, and then what I end up doing is kind of just rubbing my brush over top of the stencil and the paper so that you kind of have like a ghosty effect on top of the stars. And you can see some areas are much darker than others. And I really, really like how dark this ink can actually get. That was just me rubbing it over, and I pull off the stencil. It's one of my favorite things is when you pull back your stencil and you reveal what you've got going on, because just look at those beautiful dark blue stars. They're just gorgeous. Now I'm not really adding any kind of circular element to the page except for this little doily that is going to go here underneath of the photo, and I just didn't want to, so I didn't do it. Now I do have this lime glitter glaze from Brutus Monroe, and I knew I wanted to bring it in because I have that lime color in the chipboard stars, but I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with it. So I just went ahead and slapped it right on top of my page. Now I am putting it down in kind of a thin thickness. That's weird, but whatever. It's a thin thickness. And what that's going to do is allow it to dry kind of quickly. And then you can see I kind of like slapped it around a little bit on the outside of the page as well, just to get a little bit of that lime sparkle throughout. Then I grab this blue Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I don't remember exactly what color it is called, and I'm not in my room to tell you, but I just splatter that all around the page as well. And then we're gonna finally get my Disney trash can on top of the page. I do have it popped up on some fun foam just to give it a little bit of lift off of that mixed media. I want that little bit of extra dimension on the page. And then I pull out these close to my heart embellishments, and this is a word that says magical. And then I go to my stash and my letter stickers, and I have these dark blue glitter stickers, and I'm going to spell out the word can because it's a magical trash can. And since this is just the emblem of the trash can, I want people to know this is a trash can, which kind of seems redundant because this will go in the Disney Trash Can album, but you know, that's what my mind was thinking when I was putting together the layout, so that's what we're doing. Now, because this word magical is in black, I decide that I'm going to need some more touches of black on this page. And I'm still debating on whether or not I need to matte this on black cardstock. Let me know in the comments below if you think it needs to be matted on black cardstock or if you think it's fine. Sometimes I think when I do pages with mixed media and they don't have a border around them, I just kind of feel like the mixed media is just going to like float out there, which is, it's just some sort of craziness that goes on in my mind when I'm thinking about my page. So I'm picking through the little package of embellishments and I'm pulling out the stars, and I'm making sure that I have one that doesn't have like the drawing lines of the stars. So if you picked your pen up and drew a star and you know how you have the inside lines, I don't want those because you don't see those in the stencil. So I want my stars to be all similar. Now I do have some of these open stars, which I'm totally good with because I have open stars in the chipboard too. And that means I can just make sure that things coordinate. So now what I'm going to do is just take these stars and kind of move them around the page to wherever I think that they look good. So at this point, I'm truly not looking at the sketch anymore. I really haven't looked at the sketch since the very beginning, and I'm just kind of making it my own. And that's one of the beautiful things about a sketch. Now, I always say that you can just get inspired from one little thing inside of the sketch and not even follow it at all. But for the most part, this entire series, I'm about halfway through now for 100 sketchy videos. For the most part, I followed the sketch. So I probably need to go rogue here soon. Probably that's going to happen. Now that I've said it, I'm going to be thinking about it. So now I have the little stars, and I'm layering them on top of the stars that are also in the backgrounds of the layout. And my lime glitter glaze over top of that sapphire blue star has kind of turned the color of the star underneath to kind of like a dark teal, which I'm okay with because there is kind of like a dark teal thing going on in my photo mat paper and also these glitter teal stars. So I'm just kind of throwing the stars down, and if I like the way they look, I'm just going to glue it down. And sometimes that's all it is to try something on your page, and if you like it, stick it down. Now, of course, I do have to add extra adhesive to all of these stars just to make sure that they actually stick and don't pop off my page. Because it is a chipboard embellishment. And even though these aren't American crafts, guys, I've just found that as time goes on, things just don't stick like they're supposed to. We call it adhesive and we call it a sticker, but it doesn't stick, which is super frustrating. But you know what? I do have this great Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and this stuff just sticks down like a champ, so I don't have to worry about it. It'll also stick really well on top of the glitter glaze, so I don't have to worry about the things that are on top of my mixed media popping off, because it really does give it a good kind of grip to the page. So I decided to put some stars over here on the left-hand side of the page as well, just because I felt like my layout wasn't very balanced and I needed that little extra bit over there. And as you can see in the sketch, it's kind of not on the left-hand side. Everything is over to the right. Now, I am thinking about what's going to go right here because I feel like there's something missing. So I just go ahead and put a few lines of journaling down. And basically I'm just saying how much I love Disney trash cans, and the emblem on this one from the World Showcase in Epcot is one of my favorites, and it is. The emblem is just super, super cool. So I'm just going to finish waxing poetic about Disney trash cans, and then that is going to do it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you again real soon for another video.